Welcome to the London Outlook for Friday, the 22nd of March 2024. Starting off with the economic calendar, there are two red folder news events. The first of which is GBP retail sales at the Frankfurt Open. Dependent on this news release, it will drive our direction for trading for the majority of the London session. And then moving on to the New York session, where Chair Powell is speaking in the middle of the session. And as a result, I won't be trading the New York session just because I don't know what he will say, and as a result I don't know how to interpret the charts because the technical analysis may be saying one thing, but what he says has a short-term impact that will impact my trades, and for that reason I don't need the volatility in my trading, and thus I'll avoid the New York session and purely focus on trading in the London session. Closing and any trades taken in the London session will be closed prior to Powell's speech. Having said all of that, we'll then move on to the chart, starting off with the 4 hour. So nothing really has changed from yesterday. We're still in this unconfirmed market structure, and thus we have two legs to contend with. The first being the pro trend unconfirmed leg, being this leg right here. We then have the pro trend unconfirmed, pro trend previously confirmed. Pro trend previously confirmed leg that was validated as a result of an order flow shift that occurred when we body broke this 4HOB right here associated with the pro trend unconfirmed leg. Having said all of that, we now have one primary OB that we're currently within. However, we can retrace and react to this OB. However, for me to be able to short, I will need to validate the substructure, and a good example of how I can validate the substructure is having a lower low, then having the next 4H candle close higher with the wick above the low of the previous candle, and that validates to me that the substructure is ready to be targeted. And then similarly for shorting from this OB, we'll need a validated substructure similar to how this had formed, which means that for the morning session or for the London session, my primary bias is to long with the objective of taking out this substructure. Obviously we'll have to navigate this barrier accordingly. In terms of the unconfirmed scenario, by now you know I have three requirements. I need a 4HOB to back the idea, I need a validated substructure area to target or level to target, and then I need internal range liquidity on the 5 minute. In terms of the 5 minute, how we can position ourselves here, well, the first point is we need to have positive GBP news at the Frankfurt Open to enable us to take longs. The other point we'll need is one side of the Asia range needs to be swept. So in this situation, an ideal situation would be that the Frankfurt Open takes out the Asia low. So let's pretend this is the Asia low, the Frankfurt will take it out, and then because we have news that would potentially be positive, if it is positive, then we don't need to wait for a London validation of the Frankfurt low. We just wait to validate the Frankfurt leg, let's assume something like that. And because we have this liquidity to target, we can trade aggressively, provided that we can reach a 1, 2, 3 by this point right here. If we cannot, then we'll follow our fib rules and try and position ourselves at one of the fibs with a 1, 2, 3 objective right here, because we are in an unconfirmed scenario. So that's pretty much the London outlook. I hope you have a good trading session, and we'll chat again for the end of day review. Like I said, I won't be trading the New York session just because of Powell speaking in the middle of the session.